Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a magnifying glass to the exact structure of one of the absolute most viral home workouts on the entire internet. We're looking at the precise anatomy of CultFit's Lose Belly Fat in 7 Days challenge. And, this isn't just a workout. It's really a masterclass in digital choreography and audience engagement, and we're going to break down exactly how this whole thing was built from the ground up. Okay, let's dive into this. 105,556,433 views. I mean, wow, that is just a staggering metric. Since this CultFit challenge premiered back on December 3rd, 2020, it has captured the attention of a massive global audience, people literally all over the world looking to transform their routines right in their own living rooms. The sheer scale of this single routine's reach is our starting point today. Like, how exactly did a seemingly simple home workout capture over 100 million clicks?
Well, it all really comes down to its brilliantly structured 12-minute choreography. Designed by CureFit, they're the creators behind the CultFit brand, this routine is perfectly timed from start to finish to absolutely maximize home workout efficiency. There is literally zero wasted space here. The intro? A tight minute and 8 seconds. Then bam! The physical exercises begin and run completely continuously until the 9:35 mark. After a, honestly, perfectly placed promotional break, the routine wraps up with a call to subscribe and show love at 12:15. This structure is completely engineered for maximum retention.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the rapid-fire pacing of the core content. Just look at the specific start times for these 8 exercises. From exercise 1 at 1:08 to exercise 8 at 10:04, you're going to notice a new movement starts roughly every single minute. CultFit structured this intentionally to give you just enough time to feel the physical burn, and then boom, you're immediately transitioning to the next challenge. This constant minute-by-minute shift is deliberately designed to keep your heart rate elevated and prevent you from losing focus or, pausing to grab your phone.
So we can essentially break this entire routine down into distinct structural phases. Let's start with phase 1, the cardio warm-up.
This phase serves as the critical, high-energy starting point of this whole 7-day journey. When we analyze the success of an explainer or a fitness routine, it is absolutely vital to see how they set the tone right out of the gate. And CureFit? They do this by demanding immediate, explosive movement. At exactly 1 minute and 8 seconds, the real work begins with jumping jacks, and that's followed almost exactly a minute later at 2:14 by mountain climbers. So instead of, say, a slow, gentle stretch, the workout immediately spikes the heart rate using basic, universally understood, but incredibly high-intensity movements. It builds momentum instantly. It basically tells you, hey, this 12-minute commitment is going to be intense and highly efficient. Once that heart rate is up, the routine transitions smoothly right into phase 2, activating the core. Right here, the focus shifts strategically from that pure vertical cardio of the first couple minutes into highly targeted abdominal engagement. You're no longer jumping around, you are now focused entirely on floor work, muscle control, and pure endurance. This floor work kicks off precisely at the 3.5-minute mark, with an elbow plank at 3:31. Think about it. That is a dramatic structural shift from those mountain climbers. You're going from rapid movement to a completely static, high-tension hold. Then, at 4:47, you move right into flutter kicks. So within this single phase, you are challenged with both static isometric holds and dynamic lower ab kicks. It's a very precise variation that efficiently exhausts completely different parts of your core. Right as those muscles really start to fatigue, we hit the halfway mark, bringing us to phase 3, the mid-routine spike. Now, this is a truly fascinating strategic shift in pacing. Just when you might be expecting to stay safely on the floor and catch your breath, the routine demands another massive jolt of vertical energy. At 5:56, you are back on your feet for high knees. It brings you right back up for a huge burst of high-energy cardio. But it's very short-lived, because just a minute later at 7:01, it's right back down to the floor for Russian twists. This whole up-and-down structural choice, it keeps the body guessing. It forces your cardiovascular system to work overtime, while those Russian twists introduce rotational core work that we simply didn't see in the earlier flutter kicks. After surviving that mid-routine spike, you're guided right into phase 4, the final ab burn. This phase represents the absolute last, strenuous physical push of the 12-minute block. By this point, let's be real, both your cardiovascular system and your core muscles have been heavily taxed, making these final minutes easily the most challenging part of the whole 7-day challenge. And this brilliantly illustrates how the routine is designed to finish strong. At 8:23, we hit leg tuck-ins, followed eventually by bicycle crunches at 10:04. The creators specifically chose these really intense crunch variations that require full body coordination to completely exhaust whatever energy you have left in the abdominal wall. It is the ultimate finisher, totally designed to make you feel like you've accomplished something major in a very short window of time.
But if we look really closely at the timestamps, there's actually a fascinating structural detail hidden right in here. At exactly 9:35, right between the leg tuck-ins and the bicycle crunches, there is a very prominent call to download the CureFit app. This is a highly strategic, almost minute-long commercial break for their app ecosystem, cleverly tucked away right before the final grueling exercise. They're giving you a breather exactly when you are most exhausted, psychologically tying that feeling of relief directly to the branding of their app. It's kind of brilliant.
Which brings us perfectly to the next crucial aspect of our explainer today, the CultFit ecosystem and its massive digital footprint. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this single 12-minute upload didn't just rack up views, it spawned an entire online ecosystem. The We're Cult channel leveraged this one piece of media to build incredible momentum across the web. Get this, the routine has been officially remixed into 25 different YouTube shorts by various creators all over the platform, with titles like How to Lose Belly Fat, Lost Weight Workout Body Fitness, and Belly Fat Reduce Exercises. This really proves the massive cultural footprint of the routine. It totally transcended the main channel and essentially became an open-source template for fitness content, multiplying its reach so far beyond that initial 105 million views.
So the crucial point is that all of this structural perfection, all of these perfectly timed high knees and flutter kicks and all of these digital remixes, they all point back to one central ethos. In the description, right alongside their primary hashtag, #BeBetterEveryDay, is this exact quote, "Say yes to healthy living with CureFit." It's just a core, simple mission. They use this highly optimized, easy-to-follow yet super intense 12-minute routine to perfectly encapsulate their brand's promise to millions and millions of viewers. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. We've seen exactly how precise timing, strategic exercise selection, and seriously smart digital marketing all came together to create a viral fitness phenomenon. But, the most important takeaway here is about taking action yourself. If over 105 million people click to transform their routines in just 7 days using this exact sequence, what challenge will you start today? I really hope this breakdown has left you feeling motivated, energized, and curious about your own daily fitness potential. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.